Hello everybody and welcome to today's Pilates and coffee class. Grab your warm beverage of choice or no beverage at all. That's fine too, I guess. Here I am with my second cup of coffee. It is half calf. Okay, so we're getting half calf, Margaret. This is what you typically get when you think I've had two coffees. Hee hee. When you're ready, just find your way to your mat. We're gonna start in standing. Actually, this whole class is gonna be standing, so it's easy to do after you get your hot beverage, from the counter. You can just hold it there and do these movements. Okay, we'll anchor the feet down into the mat, pressing down into the heels, pressing into the big toe. Wiggle your toes for a second. Okay, spread some weight into the outside edges of the feet. Take a big scrunch up of the shoulders, lifting shoulders towards the ears. And then big exhale, you'll let the shoulders come back down. 3 more like that. Big inhale, scrunch the shoulders up. And then exhale, bring them back down. Good for 2. And 1 more, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good. With that last exhale, you'll take your coffee so it comes into your left hand. Bring your right hand up towards your shoulder. Big inhale. You're going to reach the right arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Being mindful that your coffee doesn't spill on you or on your mat. Come up through center for 3 more. Pressing down firmly into the heels. Soft bend into the knees. Up and over. And then bring things back in. Good for 2. Up and over. And then we take it back in. 1 more, up and over. Good, and then we'll bring it back in. Good, coffee comes into the right hand. Left hand comes up by the shoulder. Same deal, you're going to inhale, reach up and over. Side body stretch, opening up through the left side. Exhale, come up through center for 3 more. We go up and over. Good, and then bring it back up for 2. And 1. Good. Everything comes through center. Walk your feet out just a touch wider, just like a little bit. So they're slightly wider than your hips. Okay. From here, you can hold your coffee in both hands. You're going to inhale as you sit your hips down and back. It doesn't have to be a super deep squat. Exhale, press into your heels. You come right back up to stand. It's an inhale as you lower. Exhale, press into the heels, stand and lift. Lower and lift, lower and lift. Okay, we're just waking up the body. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Remember, these classes are really meant to help you meet yourself where you're at, but also give you something that's a little bit more low energy so that you can keep your practice a little bit more consistent. Remember, not every class has to be the hardest class that you do. Not every class has to push you. Sometimes you need something a little bit more low energy, a little bit more on the chill side. Okay, meet yourself where you're at. Make it a little easier to get to the mat. Good, let's do 2 more. And 1. Good. With that last one, stand all the way up. Keep a soft bend into the knees. Slightly tuck the tailbone under. You're going to shift your weight forward to the balls of your feet. Lift up onto the toes. And then inhale, bring it right back down. Keep moving from there. Shift forward, lift to the toes. Heels come up. And then inhale, bring it back down. Now, ideally, I want your heels to lift at the same pace, and I want your feet to stay in parallel. So if you can take a look down, just make sure everything's staying right in line. Ankles tracking in line with the center of the foot, tracking in line with that middle toe, or between the second and the third toe. Good. This is one that we've done, I feel like, pretty recently with the ball. We didn't do it with the ring, but we'll do something similar that we did with the ring on Monday, so we can get a little bit of practice. Good. Let's do 4. 3, 2, and 1. Lift up onto the toes. Hold it right here. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Good. Take the left heel, drop the left heel down, bend into the right knee, and then switch through center. Right heel down, left knee bends. Switch and switch. Staying stable in the upper body, right? So we don't want the coffee to slosh around in the cup. We want it to stay pretty still. Might be a little bit of movement. That's okay. Just really take a second. Allow your feet to warm up. Get some air into the toes. Let them stretch out. We don't do a lot of feet stretches unless we're doing specifically this. And we don't ever really think about stretching our feet, but it's just as important to stretch the feet as it is any other muscle. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Both heels come down. Take a second and breathe. Bring the feet in just a touch closer, just a touch. Okay, from here, if you did Monday's class with the magic circle, you might remember this. If not, I'm gonna blame Kat on this one. She asked if we could do this again, okay? You can take your coffee into both hands, or if you wanna put it off to the side, if you feel kind of wobbly, put it off to the side. You're going to inhale as you sit down and back, just about halfway into a squat. From here, shift your weight forward to your toes. You're going to lift your heels up, doesn't have to be super high, and then you come all the way up to stand and drop the heels. Bend your knees just a little bit, shift forward into the toes, lift the heels, come up to stand, and then drop your heels down, okay? Keep moving from right there. Little bend, shift forward, heels lift, whoop, we extend the knees, and then drop it down. Let's do 3 more. We go down. Now you might not be able to get as low into your squat as you're used to. That's okay. You do kind of have to stay a little bit upright here. Okay, so don't think about trying to go this far down into your squat. It will not, it just won't, it'll work from there, but it won't be, it just won't be as fun. Shift forward into the toes, lift things up, drop the heels. 1 more, we go down. Shift forward, whoop, lift it up, and then drop, and then we'll reverse that movement. So now we lift up onto the toes. Okay, you're going to keep tailbone tucked under, maintain your neutral spine, bend into the knees, about halfway, drop the heels, and then stand back up. Honestly, this was probably the easier way to start, but okay. Lift to the toes, bend the knees, staying in neutral, drop the heels, stand back up for 4. For 3. Can you keep the feet in parallel? Good. For 2. And then last one. Good. Okay, with your last one, walk your feet out a little bit wider, turning toes out and heels in. We're going to keep coffee right in our hands. Inhale as you lower down, finding your squat, opening up at the knee. You guys, I can't talk today. Opening up at the hips, opening up at the knees, right? Reaching the knees out towards either corner of your mat, trying to keep the upper body upright, shoulders stacked on top of the hips. Good. Good, and you just keep it nice and slow. Doesn't have to be anything wild. Almost use this as a stretch. Seeing if you can feel any kind of release at the inner thigh, at your hip, maybe at the knees as we find this deep bend. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up through center. Turn all 10 toes forward. Now we're going to sit down and back into the left leg. Pressing into the heel, you come up through center. Inhale, we go down and back to the right side. Up through center. We go to the left. And then the right. For 4, and 4, for 3, and 3, good. Inhale, down and back. Exhale, press into the heel. Last one, we go down and back. Press into the heel, come up, and then same thing over towards the right. Good. Bring things back up, and then once you get here, walk the feet in a little bit closer, okay? I'm gonna flip to the side just so that you can see from here. Press into your heels, slight bend into the knees, tucking the tailbone under. Let's take our coffee into our right hand. Coffee or hot beverage, I don't wanna discriminate. I know you're not all coffee people. Hand comes down by your side. You're going to roll the shoulders down and back. Spread out through your fingertips like you're making spirit fingers, but don't wiggle your fingers. Exhale as you press back through the left hand. Inhale as you pull things back in for 5. For 4, press back. And then bring it in for 3. For 2. And 1, press back and hold. You'll pull the thumb towards the center of your body. Bring it in. And then reach it out just for 5. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Your hand can come all the way back in. Take a second, hold it there, and then big circles through the left arm. Reaching up, circling back and around. 4 total for 3. Good, and you can open up through your chest as you circle the arm for 2. And then last one. Good. Reverse the direction of your circle, lifting up, circling forward for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Everything comes in. Same thing on the other side. Bring your coffee into your left hand. Right hand comes down by your side. Again, soft bend into the knees. Press into your heels. Slight tuck under of the tailbone. Your hand comes by your side. You flip your palm back. Think spirit fingers, but like spirit fingers paused in space. Big exhale as you press your hand back. Squeeze through the back of the shoulder. Inhale as you pull things forward for 5. For 4. For 3. Good, it's 2. And then last one. Good, right arm comes forward, big circle for 4. Now while we're here, I just had this thought pop into my head. I used to teach restorative, like slow flow yoga classes that were like an hour long where you hold the poses for much longer. Would you guys want more of those classes? I haven't filmed one like that in so long, but I'd be happy to if you guys want that. Last one. I know some of you really like yoga, so I am a yoga teacher. Actually, I did a yoga certification, so I do know what I'm talking about with yoga, but please let me know if you want to see more of those, or if your itch is satisfied with Pilates and coffee classes. Good. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh my gosh, we did that 4th circle. You're going to press your hand back, rolling the shoulder down and back. Take your thumb. You're going to squeeze it in towards the center of your body. Inhale, open. You guys, I got so excited talking, I just forgot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring things in. Your arm can come back in. And then I want you to inhale, sit down and back into your squat. Reach your right arm up overhead, and then exhale, press up through center. Switch your coffee into the other hand. Squat down and back. Reach the arm up, bicep by the ear. Stand things up and switch. Let's go for 3. And 3. For 2. And 2. Last one. And 1. Good. Everything comes back up to center. Both hands can be on your mug or whatever whatever you're using. Shift your weight so it goes over into your left foot, pressing into the heel. We're gonna take that right leg, make circles from the hips. You're going to lift up, circle, oop, lift up, circle back and around. It's 4 total, so don't worry. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. For 2. Good, and 1. Okay, and then we get to reverse. It's probably not gonna be as fun. Open up around, and then pull it forward for 3. For 2. And 1. Good, right foot comes down. Same thing on the other side. Pressing into your heel, slight bend into the knee, slight tuck under of the tailbone. Lift your leg up, circle up, around, and back. Good, for 3. A little easier on this side for me, for 2. And 1. Good, and then reverse, lift. Lift back up and around, pull the knee in. For 3. For 2. And then 1. Good, your foot can come down. Now for this part, we're gonna have to put coffee off to the side, so hopefully you have a space that allows you to do that. It makes me a little bit nervous to have that there. Both feet are down, about hips distance apart. You're going to send the hips down and back just about halfway. Let your hands come right to the tops of your legs. Let me flip this way. Think of this as a cat-cow. You're going to inhale as you arch your back, open up your chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you round your spine. For 3. For 2. And 1. Good, with your last one, roll all the way up to stand. Take an inhale right here. Hands can stay right at the front or the sides of your legs. We're going to tuck chin to chest as you round through the shoulders, round through the upper back. Roll yourself so that you come all the way down into a forward fold. Hands can touch the mat. Maybe you bend the knees, inhale there, and then exhale. We're going to rebuild the spine. Rolling up inch by inch, piece by piece, shoulders restack on top of the hips. Crown of the head lifts up for 3 more. Big inhale. And then exhale, dive down. Let the arms hang or let them slide across the legs. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale as you bring it back up. Good, for 2, big inhale and exhale. Good, inhale at the bottom, exhale as you roll all the way back up. Good, for 1 more, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Good, inhale, and then exhale, bring it all the way back up. Good. Now, once you come back up to stand, shoulders on top of hips, take a big roll of the shoulders to open up the front of the body. Let the shoulders relax down and back. You can bring the spine out of neutral, just kind of come into a resting position. Then if you want to grab back onto your coffee for one final moment, go ahead and do that. Hold coffee in your hands. Give me a big inhale as you fill up with air. Exhale out, let everything go. For 3 more, big inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Good, for 2, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good, last one, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good. With that last exhale, let's take one final sip of coffee all together. Isn't this a fun coffee date? And then if you want to take any more stretches, any more movements, go ahead and do that. If not, you're all finished with me for the day. Remember, you guys are awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to. I'll see you back here in our next class.